All right, so throughout this chapter, we are going to make the following assumption that the coalitional game is super additive. That's for simplicity, for notational simplicity. In this episode, I'm going to explain you what we mean by super additive games. But don't forget, the coalitional games do not have to be super additive. But this is not a very strong assumption because you'll see almost all the examples we consider, and in fact, in many games, they're actually super additive. All right. So first, what is the definition of super additivity? Well, a game is called super additive if the following inequality holds for every coalition CD that are disjoint. All right, so consider two coalitions, meaning two subsets, two non-empty subsets of the set of players. And these two sets must be disjoint, meaning there is no player which is member of both coalitions. All right, that's the key. It has to be disjoint. Well, then the worth of coalition, the bigger coalition, C union D, must be greater than or equal to, maybe equal, but greater than or equal the worth of coalition C plus the worth of coalition D. Okay, so that basically means the following: the bigger, the better. All right, so the bigger coalition's always going to create no less value. All right, that's the thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be strict, could be equal. But the thing is, as the coalitions get bigger and bigger, the total worth is not going to decrease. So the players do not have a negative externality on each other, meaning it's like, there's one guy that you hate and you really rather prefer him not to be in your coalition. So when sort of he becomes a member of your coalition, your sort of worth decreases, but also your worth also affects the coalition's worth, and so the total worth decreases. You see what I mean? So we don't have that kind of scenario under this assumption. So yes, it is a restrictive assumption, but many sensible games are actually super additive anyway. So as I said, throughout this chapter, I'm going to assume super additivity. The reason is because notational simplicity. Well, let me explain. How do we get this notational simplicity? Well, because bigger coalitions are better, or at least no worse, we can just assume without loss of generality that the optimal coalitional formation is going to be the grand coalition, meaning all the players are going to sort of form just one coalition, and it's the grand coalition. All right, so there's not going to be different coalitions in those games. Once again, that's simply because forming greater coalition is no less worthy than forming smaller coalitions. So for that reason, when we describe outcome, all right, we actually ignore this term C, the coalitional structure, and just focus on the vector, the payoff vector X. All right, so therefore, for super additive games, the outcome is just the payoff vector X. Remember, it was an n-dimensional vector. It satisfies, again, the same conditions. Individual rationality, each player's payoff must be at least as high as his own worth. And well, this time I don't have the feasibility condition for every coalition, all right, because there's going to be only one, without loss of generality, there's going to be the grand coalition. And so therefore, if you add up the payoffs of all the players in this game, well, that must be exactly equal to the worth of the grand coalition, meaning if we think of the ice cream example, the ice cream example, the ice cream game, you should check it. I leave it as an exercise, but it's a super additive game, all right? Remember, if there's only one guy, it's a 0 ice cream you can buy. But if you sort of form coalitions of 2, you can make either 750, or 500. And then if you form a coalition of 3 players, you can make 1,000. So it's clearly super additive game. But check it. if you're not convinced? Well, in this game, for example, when the grand coalition is formed, well then we have 1,000 gram of ice cream to divide between the players. And so what player 1, A and B and C gets must add up to exactly 1,000. No more, because there's no more ice cream. No less, meaning they shouldn't waste ice cream. That's because of the assumption that more ice cream is better for everyone. All right? Yep, that's it. Because of this reason, because of this simplicity, outcome is going to be just the payoff vector. So we don't really have to worry about what type of coalition has been formed. And so this is exactly why we make this superadditivity assumption.